to get rid of the intellectualism and get simplistic attitudes and consciousness going here. What's wrong with salads if many salad components, greens, are highly alkaline? Nothing really in the sense of health. If on a daily basis, if you were having a green drink or a big salad, nothing wrong with that whatsoever. You know, but if you're sitting in a clinical setting, you saw this yesterday, but people that have a lot of undigested matter in their stools, particularly salad matter. But we've seen this with watermelon and other things initially. But primarily when you have pancreatic weaknesses, salads don't do well because most animals that consume greens have 4 stomachs, a GI tract 30 times the length of their spine, and a heck of a set of grinders. And that's because of cellulose. We invented the juice extractor for that reason. So nothing wrong with them, but if you're detoxifying, and remember, this is our focus here is detoxification, leading to the world of vitality. But how interesting is this? If you're using fruits to detoxify and it's leading you to the highest levels of energy and detoxification, why would you eat anything else? Now, balance, basically, you know. Sometimes you have to ground to the earth. I say this, especially you spiritual guys who are really channeling the God force. A little balance is going to come into line here, and sometimes you have to ground to the earth a little bit. Okay, I've no judgment here on my part. I've had to do that many times. But when you're going after something and you're detoxifying, fruits, berries, and melons are at the top of that chain. There's no way to get around that. That's it. If you're having a difficult time, because when you start on fruits, it's a very aggressive energy, very aggressive enzymes, aggressive stringent. So you're going to feel your lymph system moving quicker, much quicker than vegetable matter. And of course, vegetable matter, you plateau. But in a healthy state, man, so what if you have some greens in a salad? We're talking about deeper tissue detoxification because some of you really need deeper tissue detoxification. You'll never achieve it with vegetables. Never. You can experiment all you want on yourself and you'll see this over and over. Many of you are. That's what's so cool about you guys. You're really wearing the robe. You guys are incredible. I love you all. Yeah, there's about that the splinters coming out the fingers. It's amazing. I don't know. How about as a youth? Did you get into some splinters as a youth or something? And who knows? If they're splinters, I don't know. It could be chemical metals that have coagulated in there and coming out. Yeah, could be. Who knows? Why are my hands always cold? This is the only relax. Why are my hands always cold? And why am I very sensitive to the cold? I've had reddish, sometimes purplish knees, elbows, ankles, ears, and cheeks. Wow. I have chicken skin. That's not good. All right, so what's your skin? That's your largest eliminative organ you had, right? And it's tied to your kidneys and your adrenals. So I would really go after my lymphatic system. There's a skin formula available. I'd work with that. Toning the skin, though, I would really take a look at the parathyroid in your case to see if you can strengthen connective tissue in the body. See if your veins are prolapsing or anything. See if you have any vascular wall weakness. So I'd really go after calcium utilization. That'll tone the skin and everything. Move those lymphs. That'll also tone, get this acid out of there. It'll quit leaching calcium out of you. Check your thyroid. Check your basal temperatures under your arms. They need to be 97.8 or above. But in today's world of thyroid weaknesses, I'll take 97.5 or 6. But that sounds like you got a little thyroid going on as well. Could have circulation, but I'd definitely go over lymph first. Really, that impacts circulation more than anything, and pick up that thyroid a little bit, and maybe do see what your blood pressure is. If it's a little high, maybe do a little cayenne garlic, move things around a little bit, see how you feel in that way. Thank you, Julie. This is about mucoid plaque in the GI tract, Arise and Shine. I think I already commented on this. Aloha. Ooh, I know where you're from. But, I like the guy from Arise and Shine. Like I said, he was at my last detox school. But, when you get real busy and you go to commercial herbs, you can get in trouble. And this is what happened to him. I feel sorry for him. But, man, you cannot use commercial herbs at all. Can't do it. There's just too much crap out there. But I like their products. They're good in that way. But you know what, that's what my bowel formulas do, the same thing. Whatever you like, you know, it's up to you. But anything cleans the mucoid plaque is the easiest. And I think I discussed this before. Mucoid plaque is the easiest to clean off the bowels. Cleaning out diverticulums, bowel pockets and stuff, fairly easy. You know, raw foods can even do that to you. But it's in the wall. And that's the key. That's all the IBSs, all the polyps, all the Crohn's, leaky gut. I mean, this is all in the wall. Malabsorption in the wall. You can have plaque on the wall. And I've seen a lot of colonoscopies. But I can tell you that most of man's problems lymphatic, and that's interstitial, lymphatic, constipation. And that's in the wall of the GI tract, and that's the hardest. So that's why we have the stomach and bowel formulas, the GI broom. That's why we use lymphatic 1 capsules to draw and pull. Very important, because we have to get that lymph moving. And you want to see mucus in your stools, mucus in your urine, mucus coming out your nose, everywhere. When you start detoxifying, you really want to see the body going after it there. Yeah, it's too bad that ABC, NBC, CBS, Lifeguard, yeah, I know. It's too bad. I mean, an awakening just needs to occur. That's all there is. And you see it now with all the Wall Street demonstrators and stuff. This country thought it was above demonstrations, and the cops are acting like the bullies that they are. You cannot assemble. It's unlawful assembly. This is America. You know, when we were, you know, you're seeing Obama saying this about Libya and about Syria, about they're killing their own people. Let me tell you, you stand out against the American government and they'll start killing you. I guarantee you. I guarantee you the same thing would happen in this country when we stand up. Cops are just throwing them in jail now, but if it got more, we could have some serious problems. This country is not above that. These guys do not want to expose their criminal activities, and they'll do anything to shut us up. They allow us to assemble a little bit. I find that amazing stuff. I hope Baby Cakes is doing good, Miss Karen. I really do. I'm a dog lover myself. You know, I have a little Shih Tzu, so I really love all animals. Why? I mean, that's really humility. Most animals are very humble, and no matter what you do to them, they still love you. You know, that's the way one should be. You know, always give love. Always in the now. I love that picture of yours. It's a very, it's etheric in the sense that the more bluish purple is the mental etheric, and then the yellow is the soul plane, where you originate basically as an individualized consciousness, not with the id yet, but beautiful, beautiful that way. Why to stay away from cruciferous vegetables? Well, you know what? They definitely are sulfur-based. They cause a lot of gas. There's nothing wrong with them per se. Part of them are the nightshade families. I mean, they're okay. I mean, you know, but if you have a lot of sulfur in the bowels and stuff, it can create additional gas and distress with you. Some of them have been known to suppress the thyroid. I don't know if that's true or not. Can't imagine it, but that's been some of the statements. But anything that's sulfur, heavy sulfur in it, tends to create gas and discomfort. Cabbages, you know, stuff like this, you see that a lot. I know I do. I love cabbage. Oh, I love this eye of yours, sweetheart. You're so right about the communication and talking over someone's head. Yeah, I mean, what does that serve us? You know, I think the art of communication is getting someone to understand how you see things, not to put you as separate from someone, because the whole idea is the oneness of all things in all life, and enjoy the beauty of humility and the individuality of it all, both together. The union of all things, and yet the individuality of all things. This planet hasn't got that yet. Yeah, thanks, Owen Fox. My man, thank you much for your comments there, guys. Joni, let's see, you have yourself a new fan. Oh, thanks, man. Jonathan, thanks a lot, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate having new fans here. I appreciate it for all your time viewing these videos. And I also appreciate you guys that are tackling this and going after your health issues. You're finding some incredible things. Kelly, I'm proud of you. You just keep working this program. I mean, you have to understand what you're going after. You know, the worst thing you can do is do it for someone else. As a practitioner, my job isn't to get you healthy. I've had people say, well, I'm putting my life in your hands. I say, don't put your life in my hands, because that's a heck of a statement for someone to say. I'm going to put my life in your hands. I'm going to trust everything you do. That's medical thinking. And look what that's led us. No, I don't want anybody to trust. I want you to know, because knowingness really creates action and your ability to find remedy. And that's the key. That's why we're more educators than anything. That's why I do these videos. It's about education, because the individual must walk the walk. That's why some of these masters that claim they'll take your karma away and something like that, I would be very leery of that individual, because that's not the scheme of things. No one would, in their right mind, no high being would do that. They might walk with you and put their arms around you as you walk down the road. Pinellas County, the county commissioners voted 4-3 to get rid of fluoride in the water. Are we growing in consciousness or what? That's just right up the road here. That's pretty cool. Yes, Lucy, I want to talk about this. You Lucy Rosepetal, you Google Cascara Sacrata. You know, forget what the internet says about herbs. There's so much crap out there, it's bull. I've used Cascara Sacrata. I looked at all the herbs that dealt with helping the body to have better peristalsis. I studied them for years, and I can tell you Cascara is the nicest one of them all, because most of them are very purgative, or very aggressive, or very addicting, like buckthorn, turkey rhubarb, senna. You know, and I did use a little senna pot in my number 5, but I did enough to where it is not addicting. But you got to be careful, because after my number 5, you get into addiction. That's not the goal. The goal isn't to purge the bowel and to overstimulate, like with coffee enemas. That's not the goal. Because when you overstimulate, you have innervation. It's like running down the road real hard, and now you have to stop and relax. If you paced yourself, you could go much further, because you're finding you're going down that middle path, like the Buddha said, the middle path, and that's the path to go down. Balance. That's the key. You notice chemistry isn't all base chemistry. It's blood 7.4. That's not real high base. So the key is always balance, you know, in that way. The Cascara Sacrata, I love it. I've never, and I literally, our herbs are used worldwide and have been for 30, 40 years. And I've never, ever, and we see a lot of blood work, never seen any damage from any of our herbal formulas from anyone. Matter of fact, we have just the opposite. Most people get rid of their problems. I've never seen anybody have problems with them. I mean, there are a couple people that have had an anaphylactic shock to certain things within the herbs, but I think I've only had 3 people in 40 years. I mean, come on, that's not bad at all. When you look at the pharmaceutical world, that's like shocking. The death rate. We accept a certain amount of kill ratio in the allopathic community. Nurses have a certain kill ratio, believe it or not. Well aware of those things. The medical doctors seem to have an unlimited kill ratio. But there, you know, there's a point where the eyes start raising and saying, wait a minute, you're killing too many people. Pharmaceutical companies the FDA doesn't seem to care. They would rather raid somebody over raw milk or about supplements making some claims, as opposed to pharmaceuticals that are killing people. It's okay. You can kill 20% of your people, 10% of your people. You can give 20% of your people heart attacks and strokes. It's okay, because you're doing wonderful work with the pharmaceuticals. Oh, who's saying that? Who's really bringing that up? The pharmaceutical companies? I mean, these guys, serious karma. Really bad stuff going on there. And the FDA's got his chest out and backing up the kill ratios and stuff of this. And this is sickening. This is revolting.